Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving straight into a match that carries an unbelievable amount of emotional and historical weight. We're talking about the 2014 World Cup final at the Maracanã. You see, this wasn't just a simple defeat. It was an event that literally shattered the dreams of an entire nation. We're going to explore the grueling journey to get there, the agonizingly close calls, and the profound heartbreak that ended up completely reshaping a sporting legacy. You know, when we think of Lionel Messi today, the very first image that pops into our heads is usually him just absolutely beaming, lifting that World Cup trophy in 2022, right? But before that unforgettable triumph, there was 2014. It's that one devastating night that pretty much every Argentine fan wishes they could just completely wipe from their memory. History was literally hanging on a knife edge that night, and the outcome changed international football forever. Okay, let's get right into it with part one, the weight of a nation. A 28-year drought. 28 years. Let's put that number into perspective. That is a massively heavy burden for a team to carry. Ever since Diego Maradona famously hoisted that trophy in the blistering heat of Mexico City back in 1986, literally every single generation of Argentinian players and fans dreamed of bringing it back to Buenos Aires. So, by the time things kicked off in Brazil, the hopes of this incredibly football-obsessed nation rested squarely on the shoulders of one guy. And that guy, of course, was Lionel Messi. I mean, at the club level, he had conquered the whole shebang. Ballon d'Ors, Champions League titles, La Liga trophies, breaking scoring records left and right. But despite all of that, this one haunting question just kept following him. Could he truly be considered the greatest of all time without winning a World Cup? So, looking at their path to the final, it was anything but easy. We're talking about a grueling, seriously gritty journey. Messi had to deliver these crucial match-saving goals in the group stage just to keep their heads above water. And then the knockout rounds? Pure exhaustion. They barely squeaked past Switzerland thanks to Angel Di Maria scoring in literally the 118th minute. Then they fought a wildly punishing tactical battle against Belgium and finally had to survive a suffocating penalty shootout against the Netherlands. With every single grinding victory, the dream just got bigger, and the pressure? It went absolutely through the roof. Moving on to part two. Battle at the Maracanã. The final clash. So, it's July 13th. Over 74,000 fans are packed into Rio de Janeiro's legendary stadium, and tens of thousands of Argentines have turned the stands into this massive sea of blue and white. But going into the match, the contrast between the two teams was just stark. On one side, you have Germany, operating like this perfectly built, unstoppable machine, riding a terrifying wave of momentum after just demolishing the host nation Brazil 7-1. On the other side, Argentina, relying on an incredibly disciplined, frankly desperate defense. You had guys like Javier Mascherano throwing himself into absolutely every challenge. I mean, the guy famously tore a muscle making a match-saving tackle against the Netherlands just to get them there. That's how badly they wanted it. Which brings us to part three, opportunities slipping away, the agony of the near miss. As soon as the whistle blew, the match became defined by these incredibly tense, split-second moments. And here's the crazy part. Argentina actually had golden opportunities to take the crown early on. Gonzalo Higuain finds himself completely one-on-one with the keeper after a rare, sloppy German back pass. It's the exact scenario a striker dreams of, but he drags the shot horribly wide. Just minutes later, he actually scores. He's sprinting to the corner flag in total ecstasy, but then the offside flag goes up. Celebration shattered. Then, early in the second half, Messi himself breaks through, strikes the ball, and it drifts just agonistically wide of the far post. Despite all these massive chances, the scoreboard stayed locked at 0. All right, part four, the 113th minute heartbreak, a championship won in seconds. 90 minutes came and went, scoreless. Every single player out there was just physically destroyed, every tackle hurt, and the tension was absolutely suffocating. And then, deep into extra time, we see exactly how a championship is won in mere seconds. It's the 113th minute. Andre Schürrle delivers this brilliant, driving cross right into the penalty area. Mario Götze controls the ball flawlessly with his chest, and before it can even touch the grass, he unleashes a stunning left-footed volley. The ball flies right past Sergio Romero. Germany 1, Argentina 0. At that moment, the Maracanã just fell dead silent for the Argentine faithful. But they had one final gasp. In the very closing moments of extra time, Messi stood over a desperate final free kick. The entire stadium, heck, the entire world held its breath. He strikes it, and it sails high over the crossbar. Seconds later, The referee blows the final whistle. Germany are crowned world champions, and the dream was officially over. That leads us to part 5, the pain of defeat, the silent aftermath. That final whistle didn't just end the match, it completely replaced the roar of the crowd with absolute, crushing devastation. You have this image of Lionel Messi slowly walking past the World Cup trophy he had fought so incredibly hard for, and there was no celebration, no anger, no words, just silence. It's that haunting kind of emptiness that only hits you after you've pushed way past your absolute physical and emotional limits, only to lose everything. Back in Argentina, fans were literally weeping in the streets, and inside that dressing room, the silence must have been deafening. And you know what the cruelest irony of the night was? Messi was actually awarded the Golden Ball as the tournament's best player. But let's be real, that individual award meant absolutely nothing to him in that moment. The one singular prize his nation so desperately craved remained right there, agonizingly out of his grasp. It's a brutal reminder that football at the absolute highest level isn't always decided by sheer will or a lifelong resume. Sometimes it all comes down to one ruthless, unforgiving moment. Finally, part 6, the ultimate redemption, rising from the ashes. But, of course, the story doesn't end at the Maracanã. The intense despair of 2014 was actually compounded by back-to-back Copa America final losses in 2015 and 2016. The heartbreak was so profound, it even pushed Messi into a brief international retirement. A lot of people really believed his dream was over for good. But true champions always find a way back, don't they? Which brings us to 2022, the incredible rebirth in Qatar. After years of relentless criticism and emotional setbacks, Messi led Argentina through one unforgettable performance after another to finally, unequivocally lift that World Cup trophy. That victory finally ended a grueling 36-year wait for the nation. But it was more than just a win, right? It was the ultimate testament to patience, sacrifice, and sheer resilience. The immense, overwhelming joy they all felt in Lusail in 2022 was actually magnified by and deeply rooted in the painful sacrifices borne at the Maracanã in 2014. Without that shattering heartbreak 8 years prior, the ultimate victory simply wouldn't have carried the same monumental catharsis. So, to wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something to really think about regarding the fragile, split-second nature of sports history. What if Gonzalo Higuain had actually scored that golden opportunity early in the match? Just how different would the legacy of Lionel Messi and Argentine football be today? The margins between eternal heartbreak and immortal glory are terrifyingly thin. Think about that for a bit, and I'll see you in the next one.